This is potentially the biggest change to borrowing for first home buyers since the introduction of the 30-year mortgage. The First Home Guarantee Scheme is a federal government initiative whereby first home buyers can borrow up to 95% of the purchase price of their property, and the government will guarantee that the bank won't lose money. This means you don't have to pay lender's mortgage insurance, which could be 3 to 5% of the value of your loan. Up to now, there have been restrictions in who can qualify, which meant that all of the available spots on the scheme were never taken up. So the government's just made some radical changes. First of all, the number of spaces available in the scheme is now unlimited. It used to be $50,000 a year, so it was a bit of a lottery and you needed to find a bank with a slot available. Now it's unlimited. Secondly, there used to be a cap on income. So if you were earning over $125,000 as a single or $200,000 as a couple, you were ineligible. And that meant that many young professionals living in our bigger cities were ineligible because of what they earned. Thirdly, they've lifted the price cap. So the scheme was limited to properties up to a certain value. In Sydney, that was $900,000. And that's now been lifted. So the limit in Sydney is now $1.5 million. In Melbourne, it's up from $800,000 to $950,000. Brisbane's up from $700,000 to $1 million. And note that the Brisbane cap is higher than the Melbourne cap, reflecting some of the changes in the Melbourne property market. Perth up from $600,000 to $850,000. Again, taking into account Perth's mini boom over the last few years. So taken together, they will increase the number of people who are eligible and will increase the availability of the scheme. The final change is that the regional first home buyer guarantee scheme has been rolled into this one scheme. So it's simplified the choice of scheme. So altogether, these are very big material changes that will affect the number of people who can access it and the properties for which they can access it.